Welcome back to Films HQ, and today we are going to break down and go over all the Easter eggs and everything you missed in Henry Danger the movie. Spoiler warning if you have not yet seen the film. Welcome back to the channel, and if it's your first time, welcome and let's get into it. The film opens up in a facility located in Swellview, but it is unknown what the facility is. We see the reality-altering device that was revealed during the trailer. Once the guards place the cart and leave, we see what we assume to be Kid Danger get out from under the cart. Kid Danger is still in the device and is being chased by the guards. He outsmarts the guards and is able to get away. It is revealed that this isn't actually Kid Danger at all, and that this is in fact Missy Martin. It's revealed that the facility she stole the device from is the Evil Science Corp, which also showed up in the original show. We cut to what we can assume is Missy's room, and she is turning on the device, and we see her also programming the device. We are then recapped about the events of the show Henry Danger. We are shown Captain Man and Henry's friends Jasper and Charlotte and younger sister Piper. We also learn that Jasper can fight while he sleeps and also speak Spanish. It also explains that Henry got his superpower from a radioactive cannon, which is known as the Omega Weapon. We are shown a new angle of the blimp crash from the series finale when Kid Danger died and how his force field protected him from death. This is when Kid Danger died as Henry was ready to move on. We then cut to Dystopia, which is where Henry, Jasper, and Charlotte relocated to at the end of the Henry Danger series. Henry and Jasper fight crime as a team in Dystopia. Unlike in Swellview, they do not keep their identities hidden, which results in them becoming famous in Dystopia. Jasper is seen talking to a new character by the name of Detective Jones. Henry is seen signing an endorsement for BizWatch. I originally thought that this was the name he went by, but it is just a sponsor. Piper and Schwartz surprise Jasper. We learn that Charlotte is no longer in Dystopia and that she is at college at Harvard. Piper then tries to help Jasper flirt with Detective Jones, but Jasper interrupts. Piper says everybody is calling Henry Jasper's boss. The idea of a boss is a recurring subject during the film. We learn that Dystopia runs on plutonium, which is a nuclear gas, and the villain Blackout wants to destroy it. Blackout first made an appearance back in season 1 of Danger Force, when Henry went back to Swellview. The power goes out, which means that Blackout is near. Jasper puts on a device that blindfolds him and puts him to sleep, which activates his powers. Schwartz breaks open a city camera and builds his own scanner to view the plutonium inside of the trucks. Blackout is here and attacks the trucks. We see that he takes on this ghostly but solid form. Jasper takes on Blackout in a fight. Jasper jump kicks Blackout. Henry is shown leaving the meeting and flying in using his force field. Henry then takes on Blackout. Henry fights him and then throws Blackout through a window. Henry reunites and hugs Piper and Schwartz. He does this ad and looks in the camera, and we learn that part of the endorsement deal is that every time he fights crime, he has to include a BizWatch catchphrase. We see Missy, and she is almost done programming the reality-altering device. Henry and Jasper take on Blackout once he gets up. Henry uses his force field to take over Blackout and sends him flying into a building. Henry and Jasper then have a small disagreement over their ad for BizWatch. The ad shows Henry and Jasper is also on the ad, but he is blurred out. This is also fueled when Detective Jones asks for a photo with Henry. Jasper feels underappreciated. Henry asks if he wants a ghost star, and this is something that comes up later in the film as well. Henry then tells Jasper that he is moving out and wants his own space. This does not sit well with Jasper, and he walks off. Henry heads back to the BizWatch meeting and finds it destroyed. Blackout tells Henry that he shouldn't work alone before surprising him and knocking him through a window. We see Henry falling, and this is when Missy turns on the device and brings Henry into her world. Henry is in Missy's room. He is in a sleep state. He mutters, "Ray, I can't set you up, she's my mom." This is a callback to Ray always trying to hit on Henry's mom. He asks, am I in heaven or hell? He proclaims he's in hell due to him giving up being Kid Danger but now appearing in the Kid Danger suit. He looks into a mirror, and on the side we see a newspaper and it reads, Kid Danger dies in fiery blimp accident and saves entire city, recalling the events of the Henry Danger finale. There is also a Kid Danger and Thunder Girl in Daring Train Top Melee, which recalls the events from the Henry Danger and Thundermans crossover from 2017. With the Thundermans getting a new series and the way that this film ends, there may be hope for a crossover in the future. We then see a drawing of the new suit that Henry wears in Missy's hand. Missy compares the drawing to Henry as he has the exact same suit on. Henry asks where is he at? Missy tells Henry that he is in Newtown and that she brought him back from the dead. Missy's younger sister Gemma then comes into the room. Henry asks her for help, but this leads nowhere. Missy and Gemma have a small argument over why not to tell their mother. Gemma agrees not to tell. Missy introduces herself to Henry as a Kid Danger superfan. Henry asks how did he get there, and Missy tells him about the reality-altering device and what it does. Missy asks Henry what the afterlife was like, and he tells her that he wasn't dead. He tells her that he faked the whole dead thing in order to move on from being Kid Danger. Henry also claims that he changed his last name. Missy tells her how all Kid Danger fans were traumatized by his death. Henry wanted to move on with his life and protect his family. He says it's easier when all your enemies think that you're dead. Missy asks where he's been this whole time. Henry tells her that he's been fighting crime in Dystopia. Missy asks if Jasper and Charlotte are there too. He is surprised by how she knows about them. Missy reveals that she knows Kid Danger's secret identity, which we know is Henry Hart. He is shocked by how she knows this. She says that his mask covered less than a pair of sunglasses. Missy is shocked by how no one else ever found out. Henry then says Swellview isn't the most smartest town. Missy tells Henry that she brought him to Newtown to help her fight crime. We cut to a flashback of Missy and Gemma walking home from school and getting mugged. There are also some workers that walk past them, but do not help. Henry tells her that he cannot help and that he needs to get back to Dystopia. Also that she shouldn't pull people out of their worlds. She then adds again that she thought he was dead. Just then, they hear a woman crying out for help. Missy realizes that the man mugging the woman looks like Coach Greg, which is a character from one of her fan fictions. Henry doesn't want to help at first, but after not seeing anyone help and some convincing from Missy, he decides to help. Missy recalls a line by Henry from the show, which is, "A superhero always answers the call." Henry is getting punched as he doesn't have his superpower because Missy never wrote it in her stories. Henry does not want Missy to help him despite him struggling. Missy thinks that they are in one of her fan fictions. Coach Greg then makes Henry do 20,000 push-ups and this goes on until the night. Henry finally lets Missy help and she hits Coach Greg with the device and he falls. Just then, Piper comes out of nowhere and she is a bloodthirsty vampire in this story. Missy says that she made Piper a vampire in the story after Piper kicked her out of the official Kid Danger fan club. They use the device to leave that universe, but before they do, Piper teleports to them and we see that Piper has a red crystal and this is crucial later. The teleporter takes him to Shimmers, which is located in Swellview. Shimmers is Frankini's nightclub and this is where we get the first glimpse of Frankini in the film. Piper is also at Shimmers and Henry is confused as how she could be there if she is in Dystopia. Missy is then worried that they might still be in the stories, which is confirmed with the device's story mode locked. Missy does not know how to unlock it. Missy deduces that during the fight with Coach Greg, something happened with the device and now they are trapped. Missy then reveals that in the story, Henry is the sidekick. Henry thinks that it is to Captain Man and he says that they should look for him. It is then revealed that he is not sidekick to Captain Man, he is sidekick to Jasper, who has a mustache and goes by the name Captain Stash. Jasper can also fly. Henry says that he always jumps in from rooftops so his enemies can think he can fly. Piper sees Henry and asks him why he isn't smiling. Henry says he's upset and Piper asks Frankini to get them a table, some tacos, and a slow jam. After eating the tacos and having some drinks, Henry is calm now and feels better. Jasper asks what the device is, then Missy recaps all that has happened so far. Piper realizes they are just a story. Henry then realizes that they are in Swellview and that there has to be a Schwaz in that universe. Henry plans to seek out Schwaz for help. Piper says what's a Schwaz, which is a callback to the show when Henry and Piper also said the same thing. The man cave is also referenced, but it is called the Stash House in this universe. Henry calls out for Schwaz and finds him cleaning plates in the kitchen at Shimmers. Schwaz obviously doesn't know who Henry is. Schwaz also has a different accent than we are used to. It is revealed that in this reality, Schwaz went to jail for stealing plutonium. Schwaz tried building a more fuel-efficient nuclear reactor. Henry asks Schwaz to take a look at the device and he agrees. Captain Stash recognizes Schwaz due to him stealing the plutonium. Henry plays it off saying it was his twin brother and Jasper backs off. Suddenly Coach Greg shows up as he is also part of this story. He uses his whistle to make a loud noise and hurt people's ears. Captain Stash goes out to fight Coach Greg but he needs help. Missy gives Henry a can of soda and this is how he changes into his suit, by drinking the soda. Missy says that she thought that they had a cool way to change into their suits before. Henry says that it is similar to how he used to change into his suit back when he was Kid Danger. Henry does not want to help at first, but Missy, Piper, and Schwaz encourage him. He drinks the soda and changes into his suit. Henry says, "Do you hate me?" Henry's sidekick name in this universe is Lord Lolly. Henry goes out to help Jasper. He uses his Lolly Smacker weapon that Missy wrote into the story, but it is useless as it has no superpowers. Coach Greg tosses Henry around and around. Captain Stash helps Henry and they defeat Coach Greg for now. Henry and Missy have a talk and she gives him a gold star. This is a callback to Henry asking Jasper if he wants a gold star at the beginning of the film. Missy says she gives gold stars after missions to Henry in this story because he doesn't get recognition due to him being in Jasper's shadow. Schwaz comes in and says that he has figured out what is wrong with the device. He says that the only data that is on there is Missy's stories, which locked it into a closed system. This only allows it to jump from story to story. Henry asks if he can fix it, and Schwaz asks if there was once a crystal in the middle before. Frankini interrupts them and they have a fight. They teleport and Frankini goes with them. They go through an animated universe, which could be a callback to the Adventures of Kid Danger from 2018. They then teleport to a new universe. They are in front of Missy's house. Frankini asks them to take him back to his party, but they can't as of yet because they do not know where the device will take them next. Vampire Piper and Coach Greg then appear, which confirms a return to the first story. Henry asks how is Coach Greg back, and Missy says she wrote him in a lot of stories. Henry tries to talk to Vampire Piper, but this does not work. Frankini comes out of nowhere and starts complimenting her, which distracts her and helps Henry and Missy get away. Frankini jokes that she can drink his blood anytime. This backfires and Piper bites him, which turns him into a vampire. All three start to look for Henry and Missy. They find them and Piper asks what the device is. Missy tells them, which she shouldn't have, but before they can do anything, Henry and Missy teleport away. They teleport to this forest-like setting. A rock almost hits Henry, but Jasper saves him from getting hit. Jasper says the Mounties are back. Missy tells Henry that it is the Syrup Wars. This is a nuclear war story where they obtain the last supply of maple syrup. Jasper and the Mounties berate each other. Henry says that they should just give them the syrup so they can find Schwoz and fix the device. Missy says that they have to wait for the big guy to pick up the syrup. Jasper comes down and asks if they are in for the fight. The Mounties shoot an arrow, but Jasper takes it to save Henry. Henry says he's in. Missy says that they are good friends. Henry says not in his world. Jasper overhears this and asks him what he means. Missy then recaps all that has happened up to this point. Jasper deduces that he did something wrong, and that is the reason they aren't good friends in Henry's world. Henry states that he just got busy. Jasper tells him that they can leave, but Henry says that they are not and that they are going to help him fight. Missy comes up with a plan to take on the Mounties. They open the gate to let the Mounties in, but to their surprise, Henry, Jasper, and Missy are hidden in the leaves under them. They surprise them and attack. We go through a fight sequence, and to finish them off, Missy sprays them with syrup. Henry and Jasper have a moment, and this shows how deep their friendship still is. Henry tells Missy that distraction technique is when you make the enemy think you're giving them what they want, but really you're getting what you want. Missy says, "Thanks, boss." Henry says, "I'm not your boss," and this is hinting at later in the film. The big guy shows up and it is none other than Schwoz. Henry is glad to see him and hugs him. Schwoz takes a look at the device and says that they need the crystal to fix the device. It's revealed that the crystal is a neodymium crystal. Missy recalls seeing Vampire Piper with it, wearing it as a necklace, as she stole it at the beginning of the film. Missy then blames herself for all the mess that she got them into. Henry tells her that it is okay and that she was only trying to help her city, which is something that Henry can relate to with being Kid Danger and helping Swellview. Schwoz says he can fix the device if they get the crystal. Schwoz and Jasper agree to help them. Henry warns them that if they do get bit by Piper, that they will turn into vampires. Jasper tells Henry that he'd fight until the end of the world with him. Henry, Jasper, Schwoz, and Missy teleport. They go through the animated universe once again before getting back to Newtown. Jasper tells Henry that he hadn't seen him in that suit in a while, and Henry says it has been a minute. It has been a minute for the audience as well, as the last time that we had seen Henry in his Kid Danger suit was back in 2020. Jasper says looks good, and Henry says his iconic line from the show, feels good. Schwoz can also be seen in his original work clothes from the show. Vampire Piper, Vampire Frankini, and Coach Greg come out. Piper is holding Gemma's hand, as in this story, Piper captures Gemma, and Henry and Missy have to save her. Coach Greg uses his whistle, Schwoz goes behind the car and starts working. Henry goes in to find Missy while Jasper stays and fights. Henry finds Missy, Piper comes down, and Missy attacks her but is quickly thrown back. Henry tries to get the crystal from Piper, but she keeps teleporting away. Henry is able to grab her, but she then knocks him through multiple walls. We cut back to Jasper and Schwoz. Coach Greg uses his whistle. It affects Jasper, but not Schwoz. This is because Schwoz made himself earplugs. He then attacks Coach Greg and breaks his whistle. We cut back to Henry and Piper. Missy attacks Piper and uses the distraction technique that Henry taught her to get the crystal. In the process, Missy gets bit by Piper and she turns into a vampire. Henry runs out and gets Schwoz the crystal so he can start repairing the device. Henry and Jasper start to fight Piper, Missy, Frankini, and Coach Greg. Schwoz did not know how long it would take to repair the device, so they fight them to give him time. Henry does not hit Missy as he just covers her face and throws her to the ground while Jasper holds Piper. They do attack Frankini and Coach Greg. This goes on while Schwoz is trying to fix the device. The fight sequence goes on. Piper then brings her vampire army, which consists of the workers from the beginning of the film, as well as the mailman and the teens that did not help the woman when Coach Greg first appeared. Jasper looks at Henry, and he is ready to make the ultimate sacrifice to save them. Jasper is ready to take on the army. We hear his screams. Schwoz resets the device, and the portal opens, and everyone is sent back to their worlds. We cut back to Dystopia, where Blackout knocked Henry out of the window, and he lands in water. We see Missy appear back in her room, and Gemma runs in. Missy hugs her and Gemma says, "I'm telling Mom," recalling the beginning of the film. Frankini is then seen returning to his party and he performs. Henry gets out of the water. He checks his BizWatch watch, but it is damaged, so he throws it into the water. He finds the ghost star in his pocket and goes to find Jasper at a diner. Henry tells Jasper that he is sorry for never appreciating him, but he does now, and gives him the ghost star. Henry tells Jasper that he is going to leave Dystopia. Henry tells Jasper that he is ready to be a hero alone. Jasper says it'll be weird without him. The power starts to go out, and Blackout is back. Henry and Jasper go to find him, and they take him down one last time. Jasper tries to give Henry his jacket back, but he tells him to keep it. Detective Jones comes out and asks for a picture, but this time with Jasper. A future relationship is teased between Jasper and Jones. Piper and Schwoz want to go see a show, but Jasper says he has to go say hi to his fans. We cut back to Newtown and see Missy trying to email Henry through his old Kid Danger email. She then gets robbed for her laptop before Henry comes flying in and kicks them. Missy gives Henry a hug. She asks if he is friends with Jasper again. Jasper appears alongside Schwoz. Missy finally meets the real Jasper and Schwoz. Schwoz asks who wants to see the new hideout, teasing it. Missy is excited and runs off, but she does not know where she is going. Henry recalls Jasper being able to fly, and Missy says he was jealous, and Jasper says he still is. Henry then uses his power, and they fly off. To end the movie, we cut to what seems to be a facility. We see Henry and Missy entering. Missy says if it's a bad time to say she has a midterm due the next day. Henry tells her she's the one that wanted to be a sidekick, recalling Henry needing to sacrifice school when he was Kid Danger. We hear someone grunting in the distance as well as shots. We see a figure, but we do not know who it is. Henry tries to figure out who it is. He realizes that it is none other than Captain Man. Yes, Captain Man is back. Captain Man tells Henry that it has been a while before stating that he needs Henry's help. The last time we saw Captain Man, he retired at the end of Danger Force. We do not know what caused him to come out of retirement. My guess is that this film takes place a few years after Danger Force because we know that Henry appeared in Danger Force various times. Captain Man's hair is also longer than it was at the end of Danger Force. My guess is that Danger Force has been captured and Ray needs Henry's help to track them down and rescue them. Let us know down below what your overall thoughts on the film are. Where do you think the Dangerverse is heading next? Why does Captain Man need Henry's help? If you haven't already, follow us on X at FilmsHQ. Make sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button to help the channel grow. Turn on notifications to never miss an upload, and until next time, God bless. See you soon.